This is a 1995 Royal Huisman. It's absolutely glorious. It's had a refit in 2018-19, so it's looking absolutely superb. It's an aluminium build, but it's actually Dutch built, very high quality, and a genuinely lovely thing. So we're going to do the full tour on this. I'm going to show you the whole boat, but it's really great to get on a proper classic and show how boats are when they're built, not all out for accommodation, but for style and for use, and just being a generally splendid thing, which is what this is. So we're going to head on here. What I think I'm going to do is take a tour around the outside first of all, and then we'll head in and we'll show you, of course, all the accommodation and all the areas, the engines, the crew spaces, the lot. So let's take a walk up this side first of all. Got this lovely big wide decks. These are storage lockers in here, so for deck gear, warps, that kind of stuff. There's loads of access into the cabin. There's a sliding door here. There's about 5 different areas. There's a man on a, I don't know what the hell that is. Looks fantastic. Okay, back to the business in hand. But look at the condition of all this. It's all been repainted, as I say, in that refit in 1819. So all of this, the hull as well. Look at the woodwork on here. It's just beautiful. I love these door aids. These have actually got fans on each one as well, so they're pulling air into the interior, keeping it nicely ventilated. Big, wide side decks all the way around. And then you've got your anchor handling kit. There's twin ultra stainless steel anchors. Big, powerful anchor winch on there as well. But that there, that is style, isn't it? That is absolutely style. It's a proper, what we used to call gentleman's cruiser. Stunning. It's actually 20 meters long, just a fraction under. It's 19.98, something like that. It's about 66 feet. We've got the sunbathing on the front here, as you can see. We'll take a stroll down this side. That hatch there is actually another access hatch, and I will show you where that comes from. Actually, I don't think it is that one. I'm talking about the wrong one. That one there. Okay, that's an access hatch, and that we will see from the inside why that's there. We'll stroll down this side. There's another sliding door here. And we come right on back. Look at this woodwork here. It's just stunning. Tender sits up here, because you don't get these great big bathing platforms on this kind of boat. You lift this on and off with this boom. It's got a power winch on it, so you can just lift it up, swing it out, drop it in the water. And if you come right back, it's got this sunken well aft cockpit. And what's great about this is that it's an aft cabin layout, but the aft cabin finishes here. That's the owner's cabin, and the owner can come straight out onto this aft deck and have this like a private area. So that's really nice. We'll see that from the inside. But what we'll do now, all this has been reupholstered, of course, you can see how good this all looks. But we'll go this way. We'll go up onto the decks up here. That's that tender. New covers on here, new covers on here. That's the sliding hatch that allows you to go through there and out. And if we come on round, there's another doorway. We're going to go in that way in a moment. But first of all, I'm going to take you up to the flybridge. Look at this stainless work on here. Beautiful. That's the mast. So that's for things like the radar and antenna, all that kind of stuff lives up there out of the way, and that's that boom that is for craning the tender on and off. All reupholstered here again. Some beautiful teak work on here as well, and the solidity of everything. It's just a rock solid machine, this one. We've got the bimini up here, and of course we've got the helm position up here. It's all the hydraulic steering. There's new Brooks and Gatehouse navigation equipment fitted. You can see that underneath there. And then all your classic engine instrumentation. You don't see this kind of stuff so much nowadays, do you? These are rev counters. These are engine temperatures, really important, so they get as much dominance as the rev counters. That one's a helm indicator, so that's telling you how much lock is on. So when the helm is in the center, it's central. It's not on full lock now, it's because ignition's off, it resets to there. And then you've got more Brooks and Gatehouse equipment across here, autopilot, and so on. But the view from here, that's magnificent, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's head on round. Love this. This is a bit of me, this is. Let's come back down here. We're going to head inside this way. So that opens like so. And we can clip that one back. There we go. That slides away. And that leads us down into the accommodation. Now I think what we're going to do is we're going to head round and down to that owner's cabin first of all. That's back here, and you can see now those steps up out into that aft cockpit area. But again, it's all so beautiful, isn't it? So classic and so classy. This, I think I'm right in saying, is teak interior. Very traditional. Just never goes out of fashion, does it? It's never in fashion in the first place. It's just what they built boats from. Big TV in here, as you can see. You've got this lovely desk area or dressing area. You've got storage all around the place, like so. And down along here. Isn't that beautiful? Now, of course, you've got an ensuite in here. That's over here. I'll show you this first of all. So there's drawers here. There's hanging locker in here, and so forth. And actually some quite decent windows in here as well. They're all open too. So you get plenty of ventilation in here if you want it. And as I say, straight out of there it takes you out to the aft cockpit. And the original owner of this was a yachtsman. So he came from a sailing background, which is why there's loads of these handrails everywhere. It's a very sort of yachty thing. And that's so that, you know, when you're out in some rough weather, you can move around the boat very comfortably, because this is not just a Marina Queen, this is designed to be taken out and be used. Ensuite is here. So you've got the sink, you've got the loo, and if we come right on around, we've also got the separate shower. So that's inside there. This might look clean on the video, I'll tell you, it's actually absolutely immaculate. It's unbelievable that this is actually a 95 boat, although as I say, it did get a pretty decent refit a few years ago. This is interesting. These are, the first owner had these put in, they're dotted around the boat, and they're so that he can inspect the bilges. I don't think we can see that very well, you need a torch really, to make sure everything is absolutely perfect. He was something of a perfectionist apparently, and certainly the boat shows that. Okay, back up to the main saloon. So you've got this big lounging or dining area here, and settee over here as well. There's air conditioning throughout this, of course. That's what that control over there is. Big windows in here as well, so you need that. And on that side, this is interesting, there's a TV, but it's hidden, so it's inside here. Lift that up, we can slide that out of the way. And that's where your TV lives and your AV equipment. And there's drawers here, there's drawers here. There's loads of storage all over the boat actually. Doors on either side, so that's great for access, also great for ventilation. And then up here, proper big vertical ship's wheel. Look at that, that's fantastic. We've got the engine controls here. This is all lovely and old school. You've got things like the fans here for things like demisting. You've got engine vent, speed controls, wiper controls, all that kind of stuff is all there. Again, this traditional instrumentation across here, it's all VDO instruments. But you've also got the modern stuff in here as well, autopilot and so forth. Nice little chart area over here, a little seat here for anybody who's along for the ride. Another access door that slides, and that's out onto that side deck. Beautiful. Okay, let's press on a bit further. If we head on down here then, this takes us down to the lower deck forward. Galley area is down here. I will show you over here first of all though, because we've got the day heads. That's in here. Again with the shower area and the toilet over there. You'll notice there's a doorway. That takes you through to the guest cabin. That's here. So again, really good size. There's one of those big hatches overhead as well. That opens, as do the side windows. So although there's air conditioning, you've also got a load of ventilation in here if you want it. You've got the hanging locker in here as well, and that is that door that we saw a second ago from the day heads. Let's close that, spin on round. So galley is here. There's quite big refrigeration on this one. There underneath here, one here, and one here, but there's also a freezer under the floor. So if we just grab that little chap out of there, and pop it on there, give it a squeeze. We can open that one up, and there's a massive freezer been installed under the floor. Look at that. So that's a useful addition. Then you've got sinks here, a load of storage as you'd expect all the way around here. Cooking facilities are here, and so forth. And look at this switchgear. No touchscreens in the 90s. Look at this. So all the controls, the alarms, voltages, monitoring for the electrics, for the tanks, all that kind of stuff. That's all up there. That's lovely, isn't it? Okay, we'll head forward again. Now this can be a third cabin, or it can be a crew cabin. This particular boat is crew run. However, this size of boat, certainly a lot of people would run this themselves and keep this as another guest cabin. So you've got 2 beds in here. Like so. It's a pretty decent spacious cabin actually. Big wardrobe there. Like so. Look at the details of all this in here. Stunning. And then this has its own ensuite. That's tucked away here. Shower in there as well. And you might be thinking, well, that's great, but where's the sink? I'll show you. There it is, in there. And I mentioned when we were on deck that there was another way out, and that is, I reverse out of here. There we go. There's a ladder there and a hatch up above so that you can have direct access to the decks from this cabin. Very good. Let's press on back, because the last thing to show you then is the engine space. So we come right back down through here, and this time we'll drop down. This is where we came in from the main saloon. We'll drop down this section here. Wine cooler is down here as well. And this is the fairly magnificent engine room. Look at the space in here and these big gold MTU engines. They're fantastic. They're about 650 horsepower each, somewhere up around there, touch more. And they're giving the boat about 23 knots flat out. So cruising there for 15 very comfortably, drop it down to 10 if you want the range, because it's a lot more efficient at that sort of speed. So 10 knots, you're going to get well over 1,000 miles, 1,300 miles, something like that. Pick the speed up to 15 and you're around 800. I say 23 flat out. I think I'm right in saying it's 5,000 litres of fuel that it will hold, plus 300 in the day tank. So you have holding sort of bunker tanks, and they feed into the 300 litre day tank. In fact, it's got the engine controls on here, that forward, neutral, reverse. So you can control everything from down here. And again, that beautiful traditional instrumentation. Stunning. What else have we got in here? We have got fridge compressors are over here. There's generator in here as well, of course. Washing machine is in here too. That lives down just in behind here. And there's also a water maker. That's this fellow over here. So it can make its own water. I think I'm right in saying, I think the skipper was telling me it'll produce something like 150 litres an hour. So pretty decent production of fresh water by desalinating seawater. Then you've got all this for your tools and your bench here and everything else. I mean, it's proper, isn't it? These gold engines. That is fantastic. Okay, there we go. Let's come back out of here. Back up through this area, spin on round. I think we'll finish up on this beautiful helm seat with this beautiful big wheel. And I'm going to say massive thanks to Berthon. They're the guys that organised this tour. Huge thanks as ever to you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of this one, but I think this is an absolute beauty. We'll look forward to catching you on another one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.